Oh my goodness. So here's the thing. Every time I even hear, listen, you guys know I'm not a PC gamer. I don't think I've ever played a game on a PC before. Maybe I have. Anyway, so whenever I even hear about PCs, I hear guys talking about, and I watch different channels, when they talk about their build or whatever, I always hear about a CPU and a GPU. I never hear about two GPUs. Let's get into this. PS Pro is PS Pro colon is Sony developing a dual GPU version of the PS5. Hopefully by now, all who managed to snag a next generation gaming system have grown used to living with the absolute unit that the PS5 inside your home. But the console wars stopped for no one. The initial launch of both the PS5 and the Xbox Series X saw the latter coming out on top as the more powerful machine. But T3 shed new light on a patent placed by Sony Entertainment Interactive that suggests that the company already has eyes on a PS5 Pro. And this thing is pretty much gonna have enough juice to knock you through the wall. Now, before we get through the rest of this, I think we know that they're going to do a PS5 Pro. Or at least that, in all likelihood, it's a definite possibility. Sorry for snorting. I think that they had a good run with the PS4 Pro. I think it did well. And it's kind of like, why not? I personally don't really like that as a gamer. But it is what it is. We upgrade just like we upgrade our phones and everything else to get the best and whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm going to write it off anyway. So, but when there was that leak from Capcom that showed that they had like Street Fighter 6 playing along with Street Fighter, Championship Edition and Super Street Fighter 6, like Capcom's been doing that shit for years. You know what I'm saying, with the games, and I'm like, you didn't just think of this idea randomly. Oh, well, why don't we do now? After your first success with Street Fighter 2, and then Street Fighter 2 Turbo, and then Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter 2 Championship Edition, Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Super Street Fighter 2, and Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. I was like, they ain't gonna never stop this shit. There's just ways to make more money. It is what it is. Buy the version you like. But this doesn't surprise me with systems, since they do it with games anyway. And they've been doing it with games for years. DLCs and all this other shit. But anyway, the key thing, the patent is describing a console that would include two graphics cards, similar to a gaming PC setup. Here's the techno speak via the document itself. See, I always hear about guys talking about one GPUs, but it says that it would include two graphics cards similar to a gaming PC setup. So does that mean that the graphic cards would be similar to what's in gaming PCs? Or the setup of gaming PCs sometimes has two GPUs? See, because I didn't know that. In a multi-GPU simulation environment, frame buffer management may be implemented by multiple GPUs rendering respective frames of video, or by rendering respective portions of each frame of video. One of the GPUs controls HDMI frame output by virtue of receiving frame information from other GPUs and reading out complete frames through a physically connected HDMI output port, or the outputs of the GPUs can be multiplexed together. It basically was Greek to me. Basically, one card renders most of the graphics while the second one picks up the slack to complete the image. This sounds simple, but it's the two-handed approach PCs use for the highest quality resolutions and frame rates. Not even close to all the PS5 launch titles actually provided the promise of 4K gaming at 120 frames per second. But this hypothetical dual GPU machine, it'd be easy street for almost anything. That's what it says. It says here, to be clear, this patent is not a guarantee until the PS5 tries to top the Xbox. Again, to be clear, this is a patent and not a guarantee until the PS5 tries again to top the Xbox Series X's 12 teraflops. We're stuck with the current version, which is still pretty impressive. That's for sure. That is for sure. Well, if a PS5 Pro is on the horizon in 2 or 3 years, are you getting one? Of course you are. I'm getting one. A lot of you may not, and that's fine, but, I gotta be up on the latest and the greatest, you know what I mean? So that I can be like the PS5 elite blue bloods that play their games at 3,000 frames per second. Isn't that right, Harold? I'll still never catch us.